Hello everyone, I know this will come as a dreadful shock, but I've got some more matches for you. In Premier Cup this time, as before, I've had quite a good day with this team and I'd like to share it with you. I don't think I've ripped off anyone particularly with it. It's not exactly all that innovative, there's a couple of core meta things in there, but I don't think I've seen anyone using this exact format before. What we've got here is a Gyarados in the lead with Dragon Breath, Aqua Tail and Crunch. As our safe swap and second place, we've got our Snorlax with Body Slam and Earthquake. Now, I know Superpower is technically a little bit better against the core meta, and the reason this has got Earthquake is because it took me 35 TMs to get to the Earthquake, and I couldn't be facing switching it again for Superpower. Maybe I'll switch it someday, but it's done me quite well actually. It's not as unplayable as it might imagine. Earthquake is a bit more expensive, but it does still do what it needs to against the Steel types. So, you know, it does have quite a lot of play. And in the back we've got my guest star, my ever so shiny toy. It's a perfect Shadow Swampert. And I know, it's completely showing off to bring that out to play, but, well, indulge me, you know, that's what I'm here for. So I'm going to put it through its paces now, and the core point of this team is shield advantage. We're looking to take their shields and save them up for the Swampert in the back, and let that try and do a sweep. I've got some matches I've recorded for you. You'll see this has done me quite well today, and I'm up several hundred rating points, which I'm quite happy with. At least when I'm not really lashing and misplaying horribly. But, well, let's go with it. We'll hop into the matches and we'll see how they go. Right, what have we got first up? Let's set our playback speed a little faster. There we go. And off we go. So, first matchup, we've got Gyarados leading into a Dragonite. So, this is great for us because the thing that Swampert doesn't really like is Dragonites. And Gyarados with Dragon Breath does quite well. We don't shield here. Dragon Claw is going to hurt, but it hurts us for neutral. And we're just going to Dragon Breath them back, crunch them, see if we can get that shield. If they don't shield, this will take them down into low health. But they shield. Great. Now we're a shield lead. That's where we want to be. And we want to keep it that way for the rest of the match. We lose our Gyarados, that's fine. We set up to lose lead here. Snorlax comes in, same again. What we're looking to do is just eat their charge moves and throw body slams. Hurricane does quite a lot of damage, yikes, but that's okay. Metagross comes in, that's fine. We're just going to go straight to that Earthquake and let it rip. Then maybe they're anticipating this, maybe they're not, maybe they just don't want to go down to double shield deficit. Either way, we get the shield. 2 shields to 0, great. Now, this is where the crazy part comes, because we've got 1 Pokemon left, and they've got 3 Pokemon to take out. So you're going to see this thing do its work. There we go, we're building up, we're going to shield the first one. We're just staying against Metagross because we can farm it for energy. Basically it hits us, we're not very effective with its bullet punches, so we're just going to build up to maximum energy and let rip with those Hydro Cannons. And this is the joy of the Shadow. 2 Hydro Cannons will take out a Metagross. So there we go, Dragonite comes in comes a Hydro Cannon. Now, it resists this because obviously it's Dragon type, but hasn't got much health left. Goodbye. What have they got in the back? Gyarados. Now, this is a problem for us because with Waterfall, it is quite dangerous to us. It resists our water moves. However, we do have Sludge Wave, Kablam, and we're going to get to another Hydro Cannon, and there we go, just about. Their Waterfall does hurt us a lot. As you can see, it's taking most of our health, but not quite enough. Damn it. If they'd thrown a charge move, we might have got lucky and managed it. Still, I think that's reasonable performance, don't you? Certainly going back from 3 to 1. Right, so Gyarados lead. Now, as he said, Swampert doesn't do too well against this, and that's why we had trouble in the last match, because we had a Gyarados and a Dragonite. We're just going to go and chew this away with our crunches and hope they do the same. Actually, we're really lucky they'll try to bait us and they'll waste their energy throwing an Aqua Tail. But because they're using Waterfall on us, we're stealing quite a large lead, because our Dragon Breath is hitting neutral and we're resisting the Waterfall. Incoming Crunch, and we're going to get to another one. Not quite, but we're just going to let this land. Like I say, I don't want to win the lead deliberately. And it's an Aqua Tail, even better. So we win the lead, we don't lose a shield, and we've got some energy built up. Crunch ready for the Metagross, so we'll just drop that on them, see if they want to shield that. It's a good call on their part, it's sensible to shield that, it does quite a lot of damage, but they take us out, get a bit of energy in. Snorlax comes in and starts licking away, licky lick. We're just going to build up to an Earthquake here. Well, we would have done. Dragonite comes in, so we bring out the Body Slams. We've got 2 Body Slams back to back, and we're just going to Body Slam away. We can take several Dragon Claws, well, 2 maybe. That's fine. Body slams will put the pressure on, and the lick damage does add up quite quickly actually. It's quite a nice move with 3 damage, 3 energy per turn. So as you can see, we're just taking that Dragonite down merrily. This time we do actually shield. Because I saw him building up a lot of energy and I guessed it might be a Hurricane. I probably didn't need to, but I did. And this way, we've kind of equalised the shields a bit, and they might feel okay about going to shield deficit. But it's okay, because we've got a comfortable lead here, and we can build up to that Earthquake. We're going to make it. We are going to make it to the Earthquake. Now, either they shield now or they're toast. Either's good for me. There we go, got the shield. Good call on their part. They shielded the Earthquake, would finish them off. However, it's not going to help them, because Swampy's going to come in, going to shield their move, and going to eat their face. Go Meteor Mash. Meteor Mash stings. I mean, you pretty much have to shield everything with this one because it is pretty squishy. The joy of Shadow is you deal 20% more damage, but you also take 20% more damage. But if you look at how that adds up, it doesn't actually matter who brought the Shadow to a match. The match works out the same either way. Right, so next up we're going into Gyarados into Metagross. So again, this is an okay-ish matchup because we're doing not very effective to each other, but our Crunch is super effective and their Meteor Mash isn't. But it still hurts. That's okay, we've got the shield, that's fine. Incoming Meteor Mash, and as you'll see, even when resisted, it still takes off a big chunk. There we go, big chunk gone. That's fine, we're just going to push for another Crunch, and we're going to catch them on the switch. They switched to a Dragonite, I think, but that's okay, we wanted to crunch that too. So there we go, crunch on the Dragonite. And we're just going to stay in for this, because our Dragon Breath does even better against the Dragonite. And go down. So there we go, taking the health down on the Dragonite quite nicely, done a bit of dent to the Metagross, and taken a shield. Snorlax comes in to do its thing, and actually I think if we're going to be greedy, we can perhaps just lick this all the way down. But I think we're just going to go for the Body Slam and just apply a little bit of pressure there. Either they shield this, or they lose the Dragonite. Their choice. I don't care either way. I'm just here to knock them down and take those shields. Right, that's good, got the shield. They're going to get the Dragon Claw off. There we go, big chunk out of Snorlax, but that's fine, that's fine. And they're probably going to take us out here actually, yes. Could possibly got the Body Slam, but I'm not going to shield. Oh no, I am. Okay, didn't think I shielded there, fair enough. I had enough energy lead, so I thought I'd hold on to the move, and we're just going to go straight to an Earthquake. This will take out the Metagross, and we'll leave a shield advantage, which means Swampert's got a shield to deal with whatever's in the back. And it's a Swampert of their own, so, well, good game. My opponent concedes. Next up, what do we got? Leading into Gyarados. So again, nice even matchup. Dragon Breath each other. I think I've got slightly higher stats, but it might not matter because if we've both got 15 attack, our CMP ties will be, well, ties. So their crunch goes off. They won the CMP tie that time. We'll get our crunch in. Or maybe we just desynced actually, but either way, it doesn't really matter. Like I say, I'm here to try and take shields and to squish them down and farm a little bit, and there we go, they've got to their next move. We were pushing for an Aqua Tail. I don't think we quite reached an Aqua Tail, so maybe they've got an charge move, fast move ahead of us somewhere. Anyway, Snorlax can come in and finish the job, that's okay. And what have they got next? So next they've got Machamp. And Machamp does sound like a bad matchup for a Snorlax, but actually, if you look what happens here, it's not as bad as it looks. Body Slam does hit quite hard, Lick damage hits quite hard, so even when you're taking the fighting damage off Machamps, you're still in with a chance. So we're going to sit there, cross chop, yep. We're going to go for another Body Slam, and we're going to get another Body Slam. There we go. So at this point, they can either have a Machamp that's got almost no health left, or they can shield. No health left it is. Okay, so they switch out the Machamp and bring in the Metagross. That's fine, we get some licks in, and we're going to bring in Mr. Swampert. Now here we've got 2 shields to 2 shields, that's good for us, because actually one of the other things about Shadow is that fast move damage. You might be used to Mudshot doing pretty much no damage, however, with a 20% damage bonus against something it's super effective against, it actually does a noticeable amount. So we can actually farm down this Metagross with Mudshots. There we go, we've got it down to half health, and we haven't even landed a charge move yet. So at this point we're just going to carry on building up energy, because if we build up 2 Hydro Cannons now, one of these will take it out completely, because its health is now low enough. So either they shield or they go down. Good, that's a shield. So we're going to go for a double tap. That way they don't get their charge move off, that's fine. We don't have to show their charge move. And goodbye Metagross. In comes this Machamp. Got a shield left. I haven't got a shield left, no. Sorry, miscounted. But cross chop isn't going to be enough. and we might shut them down. I think we'd have got to the charge move as well anyway, but either way, good game to my opponent. So next up, Gyarados leading into a Dragonite. So as before, we just stay in for this one, we nibble away and we nibble away. What we're looking to do is get that crunch to land or get the shield. I apologise if they seemed a bit repetitive. I can only show you what people threw at me. I did see a bit of variety here, and there's a few things this team doesn't do so well against, and that is mostly the teams where they've got sort of Dragonite and Gyarados in play, because obviously Swampert has trouble against them. It doesn't do too well against Togekiss either, actually, simply because that front-loaded damage means you can't shield it out, and that's what really hurts a squishy Shadow. Right, so we're building up to the Earthquake here, and you know, again, we're just going to throw the high damage move and hope they shield. Fine. 2 shields down, great. They can throw Meat Mashers at us. This one won't take us out. So we might even get to another Earthquake. No, we won't get another Earthquake, but we are going to... Okay, that's great. They threw their energy at us. That's even better. I think they didn't want to risk another Earthquake, and maybe they weren't counting as well. So, there we go. Now we've got this position where we've got 3 left and a Swampert with 2 shields. However, this time we've got a Metagross in front of us to farm, so that's exactly what we're going to do. We're going to build up a nice big fat energy lead by taking that out with Mud Shots. See, the Draw of the Shadow is you can actually do that. That's pretty crazy. In comes the Dragonite, and they quickly switch to something else. And I didn't see that. That was quite sneaky, but that's okay. It's a Magnezone. Wow. Well, I'm just going to farm that as well then. Now, this point is a bit of a gamble. I am going to shield this, because even when you resist it, a Wild Charge will still do quite a lot of damage. However, what I'm just doing here is throwing the water on the floor, because I didn't want to finish the job. But, there we go. CMP time the Dragonite. This is going to be tight. This will take out most of our health. There we go. But, I think we're going to get the Sludge Wave. Yes, we are. There we go. Sludge Wave will do plenty to this Dragonite, and it will be toast. There we go. Goodbye. Thank you very much. So, there's a 2 shield versus 3 Pokemon reverse again, and Swampert swept. Right, next up. Loving the rocket outfits. I'm tempted, but you know. Right, so Garchomp lead. Bit of variety here. They usually go straight into an Outrage because Sandtomb doesn't do a lot of good. However, we're still not going to shield. Outrage does hurt, but Outrage is only neutral. It doesn't one-shot us, so we'll just stay in. This is probably an Outrage. They don't often Sandtomb. There we go, incoming Outrage. That's okay. Their health low, our health low, it's fine. We're probably going to get Knackle. Right, so this wasn't enough time for another Outrage, so it's going to be a Sandtomb. You might as well get a little bit of chip damage in, and as you can see, it does next to nothing. So just don't shield it. And in comes the Metagross. Great, time to crunch. So, as before, we drop the crunch, and we let them take us down. Do a little bit of chip damage with the Dragon Breath, they build up an energy lead. And in comes a Snorlax to soak up all their energy like a great big sponge. Out comes a Togekiss. That's great. We don't actually want to be facing the Togekiss with the Swampert anyway, so we're just going to go straight into the Snorlax with it. Just going to slap away with the Snorlax and lick the Togekiss to death. Dropping Body Slams on it, trying to get that shield pressure on. Body Slam doesn't do a lot of damage, but you will get quite a few of them. And there we go. There's both shields down. That's brilliant. That's where we want to be. We're still not going to shield. So, Ancient Power comes through. Doesn't do anything. A Flamethrower would have hurt a little bit, but often people will throw Ancient Powers into double shields. But we don't care, because we're stubbornly not shielding anything. Right, there we go. And down goes Snorlax. This is a bit of a tricky place to be. Togekiss does do quite a lot of damage, but we're going to get to that Hydro Cannon in plenty of time. Togekiss with a shield is a lot more of a problem, but a double Hydro Cannon will pretty much take it out. And good game to my opponent. They concede. Nothing they could do at that point with 2 shields against them. Right, Pokemon Go Apps not responding. Great. So, next up. Kevin Chang. Dragonite. Great. Same again. Nibble away and go for the crunch. See if they do anything cute. And right on Q, there's a Dragon Claw coming through. You can narrate this yourself if you like. This is pretty much the same. Yeah, one of the things I'm not so keen on with the Master League generally is that you don't actually see much variety at all. So that's part of the reason behind this team, because actually I think that what I've brought out is slightly different. Okay, so Dragonite's just about to take us out with Dragon Claw. We have very nearly taken it down though, so again, in comes the Snorlax. We get a couple of licks in to get a bit of energy lead. again, that's good for us. What we're looking to do is get that farming done. And in comes Metagross, so that tells me that whatever they've got in the back doesn't like what the Snorlax might be throwing at it. I'm not quite sure that... Well, okay, fair enough. I can't remember what it was they had. So we're just going to go straight for the Earthquake again, see if they want to shield. This gives them the delicious choice of not shielding. Great. And it's a Swampert of their own. So this is going to be quite tight. They're doing the same thing as we are. They're double shielding their Swampert, and they've got a slight energy lead. So they are going to get to their charge moves faster. And as I mentioned earlier, it doesn't actually matter who brought the Shadow. I'm doing 20% more damage to them, they're doing 20% more damage to me. So their energy lead of one Mud Shot is going to make all the difference, and they're going to get a Hydro Cannon off on us and finish us off. However, we are going to only be one Hydro Cannon behind them, and we should be able to actually do them quite a lot of damage. So this will now be on the Snorlax to close for us. But what we didn't want to do is let them farm down the Snorlax. Perhaps I could have left it in and let that soak up the first charge move, but in the end I don't think it'll matter. Right, so we get our Hydro Cannon off. As you can see, it takes a big chunk off first and puts down into yellow, and take a big chunk off then put down into red. We're basically on the same health, and we just quickly switch to the Snorlax now to just farm it down, force them to throw their energy, because if they don't then they're going down, and that means we can bring our Swampert in and finish the job. There we go, goodbye, thank you very much. Next up, we're going to be leading into, well, what do we got? Gyarados leading into Garchomp. So, solid lead again. We're just going to anticipate they're going to outrage us and just let them. Right, so sneaky switch to the Magnezone there. That's good timing on their part. Now, we need to counter switch, and actually bringing in the Swampert at this point is a great idea, because one of the problems Magnezone has is double vulnerability to ground. We do shield, because we are still quite squishy, and it's a mirror shot. Well, that's disappointing. However, we are just going to be able to farm them all the way down here, and we're just going to let this one go, because I think it wasn't quite enough, and even if it was a wild charge, it wouldn't have taken us out. So we're just going to farm them all the way down with mud shots. There we go, look at that, there's quite a lot. Our Hydro Cannon is going to be able to get land on this Garchomp, so that's good. Get the shield, even better, and they're going to return. So, not going to shield this, going to anticipate a Sand Tomb, and it was an outrage. So we've gone down with energy in the bank. That's very unfortunate. However, they do have a Metagross in the back, so that's okay. We do have play against that still. We're going to bring out the crunchy Gyarados and have a bit of a nibble. Crunch, crunch. And we're going to switch to the Snorlax, because we like the Snorlax matchup a bit better. The lick damage is super effective. The Earthquake will take it out in one hit. And this way we get to farm it a long, long way down, and hopefully we will take it out with licks. If we shield the Meteor Mash, we should have enough health left to throw some body slams on that Garchomp. And there we go, lickety lick. And build up to double body slam, don't know why, probably not a great idea, but force of habit. Body slam going through, and another body slam. Now Garchomp's mud shots, they're not shadow boosted, so they're not going to be doing us an awful lot of damage. I don't think they can farm us down at this point, so they're going to have to throw some energy. Don't try and farm down a Snorlax, it just doesn't end well. These things are such chunky terrors. And the Sand Tomb, which still doesn't put it down. So we are going to get to, not quite going to get the body slam. Still, we've got the Gyarados, and I think even they've got an outrage ready, which they might. That's not going to be enough. And they've got the outrage ready, and it's still, ooh, look at that. It's only the last hit point that matters, so we win. Thank you very much to my opponent. Now, you might have noticed a theme with this. I'm steamrolling, and honestly, that's the day I've had. I'm going to be paying for that tomorrow. I'm sure I'm going to be paying for that tomorrow. However, I've had a really good day with this team, so, you know, we'll see. I'll take it as it comes. So, Gyarados face to face. Nice switch by my opponent to the Dragonite to catch the crunch. All the potential bait with the water move. Either way, we switch to our Snorlax because we actually want to do Gyarados versus Gyarados if they do come back in again. Simply because our Dragon Breath versus their Waterfall means we win. And the Dragonite Snorlax matchup is quite solid. It's quite a chunky monkey, but there we go. So we're just going to let the Dragon Claws land, stubbornly not shielding still, and you know, just for variety I might shield it just once. Nah, probably not. Those shields are reserved for Swampert. Anyway, so there we go. Now in comes the Gyarados, that's good. We wanted to see that again, so the Body Slam can come out. This way, because they've brought the Gyarados back in, they're going to finish us off and get the energy lead. That's fine, because our Gyarados will come in and sort of return the favour. And that way, even if they switch out, our Swampert can switch in and stay away from the Gyarados, which it doesn't like too much. Gyarados resists its moves, which is problematic. But as before, still no shields. Stubbornly no shielding. That Crunch take is quite low. I think the Waterfalls might even take us out. No, not quite. That's okay. We've got just about enough for an Aqua Tail. No, we don't. So, in comes Swampert. Metagross versus Swampert with 2 shields each way. This doesn't end well for the Metagross. So, incoming attack. We'll shield it because we can't afford not to. An Earthquake will almost one-shot us. And so actually, if you're facing a Swampert with a Metagross, then the trick is to go for the Earthquake. If you can get them to not shield it at least, but they will often do so because they also know that the Earthquake will take them out. Meteor Mash is a great move though, so you know it is still worth throwing, just because it does take big chunks off if it doesn't get shielded. There we go, and we're going to make it. Alright, that's fine, they get to the move. It's probably Meteor Mash, that might not quite finish us, but it doesn't matter because we have the shield. And goodbye. Alright, next up we have... Right, so that was a 5 out of 5 set. So, you know, I wasn't kidding about this team doing me crackingly well. I just included that just to prove it. Now my rating isn't the highest, but even so I feel a 5 out of 5 set is something that's worth celebrating a little bit. Okay, so Gyarados into Garchomp. Here we go again. As before, we're just going to anticipate they probably outrage us, but we don't care. So we're just going to throw the Aqua Tail and try and get to a double Aqua Tail on it before going down. And same again. And if we're lucky, this is a Sand Tomb bait. And if we're not, well, it's going to hurt. And it's a Sand Tomb bait. Great. That's what we like. So, in comes Togekiss. We switch to the Snorlax because Snorlax versus Togekiss is a much more favourable alignment than a double resisted Dragon Breath. We're just going to lick and body slam this Togekiss till it gets bored and goes away again. Or, you know, we KO it. Either's good. Body slam. As before, we don't shield. I find Togekiss often throws Ancient Powers, but this time it's a Flamethrower. Okay, Flamethrower still does a useful amount of damage, but we're still going to get that extra Body Slam. And I think, well, either way, it's going to be close. I think they might win the switch here, but like I say, I don't care. At this point, I can either bring in Swampert or the Gyarados, and actually, here's the thing about Shadow Swampert. It does twice as much damage, it does 2 instead of 1, to a Togekiss. And that makes a huge amount of difference when you just do that to farm them down. You can do it from much larger hit point range. Okay, so we shield because we simply cannot afford to take an outrage because it will one-shot us. And Hydro Cannon, and we're just going to get to another Hydro Cannon before they are. Yep. So, there we go. Incoming Hydro Cannon. Splat. And what have they got back? Oh look, it's a Metagross. Haven't seen many of those today. Oh wait, yes I have. Loads. Still, Swampert likes seeing them, so that's all good. Hydro Cannon, and as you can see, that's taken off a massive chunk of their health, and we've got the shield left, so we're just going to shield that, and I think we get into our third Hydro Cannon before they get to their Meteor Mash. So we just overload just a little bit, and there we go. Hydro Cannon incoming. I don't know what I was thinking with going for the switch there. Maybe I thought to switch and flex on them or something. I don't know. Either way. Let's go into the next matchup. Gyarados into Togekiss. So, as I was saying, Dragon Breath is double resisted. That's not good for us. So we switch to Swampert. I think this is where I actually misplayed and lashed my switch and switched to the wrong thing. So this is embarrassing. But as you can see, Hydro Cannon does quite well against Togekiss. The Shadow Swampert's 2 Hydro Cannons will put it down, whereas a normal Swampert will need 3. It turns out not to matter, but we have got the shield and we have got the damage on the Togekiss. So let's play this out and see how it goes. What we're going to try and do is do the same thing, but in reverse, with the Snorlax to sweep with the shield lead. Oh, look at that lag. Right, so Ancient Power, it hurts a bit, and we are just farming down a Togekiss with a Dragon Breath. This is where I'm kicking myself and going, well, let's play it out anyway, because it's unsporting just to quit, because I'm disgusted at how stupid I've been. But as you can see, we have in fact got them to shield against this. So they're now down 2 shields to our 0. And I've got 3 Pokemon left. But I've got a Snorlax. And Snorlax with 2 shields is actually surprisingly potent. In some ways it's a bit like Swampert actually. The reason I have Snorlax in this team is because it works very well in 0 shields. So there's Swampert incoming. we're going to let this land because we can afford to lose a bit of health to their Hydro Cannon. And Hydro Cannon it is. Right, so we've got 2 Body Slams loaded, so first Body Slam goes through. Takes them down a chunk, not a great deal, but double tap with that. The reason we go for double is actually a bit of a gamble, in that it takes the health down far enough that hopefully we're able to flick them down and build up an energy lead. This time we are going to have to shield, because obviously that'll do us too much for our remaining health, if not take us out entirely. And lick, lick, lick. Right, and it's a Metagross in the back, and we've got an Earthquake. Oh my. There we go, and I missed some of the bubbles. Don't quite take it out. Am I going to make it? Well, I've got a shield. I've got the shield. So, yes, they're not going to be able to take me out. And I'm going to finish them off with Lick. And it's a Psychic. Oh well, either way. Goodbye, Metagross. Thank you very much. And then Swampert comes in, and we've got just about enough to Body Slam it. Maybe we didn't need to, but I wasn't going to take the risk. So, there we go. What do we got next? Gyarados leading to Togekiss. Familiar pattern here. We go quickly for the switch, and we start with. Okay, I've made the wrong switch again. I think I had my team the wrong way around actually this time. This is one of my usual tricks. Is I usually have my safe swap in the same place each time, and I've been running the Swampert on the right hand side instead of the left hand side, which means I've been safe swapping to it when I shouldn't. Don't play when you're tired. It's not a good call. So this match might well not go my way, because this isn't actually what I have in mind. Shadow Swampert's supposed to be here for the clean-up with no shield left. However, it has done its work. It has got the shield off them, it has taken their Snorlax down. So the Gyarados is going to come back in, and it's going to nibble away at the Snorlax. We're going to anticipate the Togekiss coming back out, because that's the sensible choice to make. It will do quite well against Gyarados, because it double resists the Dragon Breath. And the Body Slam takes a bit of health off. We're going to nibble away at the Snorlax, we're going to build up some energy, and not quite take out Snorlax, but that's okay. We're just going to hold our energy and try and go for a double shield sweep with a Snorlax again. So, I mean, maybe this is for a bit of variety. Let's pretend that was deliberate, to try and show you how this team can work both way around, and not just, you know, the same way each time. And not me horribly misplaying. Right, so there we go. We've got a Snorlax and an Excadrill. Now, there's something that's slightly unusual, but that's okay, because its ground steel type is not going to like earthquakes. Like superpowers much either, but so we're going to shield this because we're anticipating. Actually, I thought it might be an earthquake, but drill run would have hurt us a bit, so that's okay. Good shield there. Go straight to the earthquake to see if they want to shield this. No, they don't. Goodbye. Right, so now we're back in a healthy position because we've got the Togekiss and the Snorlax. We can shield their charge move. They probably won't get to another one because their charge rate is just so low, and we're just going to Body Slam them in return and finish the job with Lick. And I think we might get to a Body Slam before they take us out. Or maybe not, actually. Maybe we'll finish them off with Lick. And there's the Body Slam. Which I didn't use. Ah, yes, I didn't use because they had a shield. So, by not using it, proceed to take them out entirely. Right, so, those last 2 matches I've included because I wanted to show you that sometimes I just play like a moron. And actually, it worked out in this case. So, you know, I was quite happy with this. I've had a cracking day with this team. I'm going to bring it out tomorrow, and I hope you enjoyed all that. Have you been trying out Shadow Swampert? It's a stupidly expensive toy to bring out and play, given how much Stardust it costs. But a day like today is worth every little. What's the term for a grain of Stardust? Grain, gram, sprinkle. Anyway, some Stardust, some candies. It was worth it. I hope you've had a good day, and I hope you're finding a team that's working for you. And yeah, thanks very much for watching.